The problem is workers are dying on the job. Workers are being seriously injured and maimed, and the employers have got an approach of self-regulation that doesn't work. The pursuit of profit gets in the way every single time, and there needs to be a strong regulation to enforce safety on the waterfront before more people are killed.
One of the clerical guys came in and told the guys in the room that Brad had been run over by a forklift.
Some guy was performing CPR on him at the time. So straight away we both looked at each other and shook our heads. And then obviously it was announced, Brad was announced dead.
After that I went over to see Joe, who was driving the forklift, to make sure that he was all right. He was in quite a bit of shock.
It was etched in your head, you know, those visions, and you didn't really need to see that.
From June 2003 to June 2007, 4 fatal injuries. 411 serious near-miss or minor personal injuries that could have resulted in a serious incident from February 2006 to 2008.
We've got to pressure these companies and just make sure that they do keep on about safety. I mean, a lot of these companies just aren't interested in safety. They talk the talk, but when it comes to implementing safety, they're just not interested.
They know they were guilty and they should have just gone on with it, but they just want to hold off paying anything till the death. And that's what it was. They've virtually been told that they've killed Bobby, their practices killed Bobby, their lack of safety has killed Bobby, and it's about time we've done something about it so you don't have to drag the families through all the court system.
Having some respect back from the employers who are standing over workers with bullying, harassment, intimidation, rife right across the waterfront.
You can go back to nearly every death and fatality on the waterfront, and you can identify that the boss was G'ing up, standing over us, putting in place or not putting in place a proper procedure for working safely. Because it doesn't mean anything to them. You don't mean anything to them.
Brad was performing 3 different roles. He was working on the wharf, unhooking the cargo, driving the Maffey truck over to the shed, and then getting out of that truck and then into a forklift and unloading the cargo. I was just simply astounded at that he was performing 3 jobs. Should have been one person for each role.
No one has to feel like they're being bullied or intimidated, okay? And if they are, then we need to stop, have a talk about it, because if we're organised, we won't have to put up with it, okay? And that's what unions are supposed to be about.
Everywhere you go, training and induction's a joke. They roll people in, they throw a few papers at them for a couple of weeks, sit them in a classroom, and then they throw them out in the mix. And it's disgraceful.
The more skilled we are and the more proficient we are in the job and doing that job, the more safe we're going to be as well.
And one of the things that we're determined to do in the next round of bargaining is to make sure that every stevedore in this country is properly trained so that we can go and deliver safety on the job by our ability to know the job.